acceptance to me means seeing autistic people as real human people, seeing us as equal members of society, and non-autistic society doing their best to ensure that we have the same opportunities and treatment and respect as anyone else.
To me, it means that you don't treat me as other, that you accept that I am weird, bizarre, probably going to say something shocking every now and then, and just shrug it off and continue without necessarily ignoring or refusing to acknowledge it, but also recognizing that I'm here, I'm weird, we're used to it. It also means that you don't treat me as though I am somehow your inferior, and that you actually listen when I tell you this isn't working.
The awareness campaigns that autism groups often started out with were stigmatizing and depicting autism as the way that it was depicted in my childhood, which is a bad negative trait that needs to be fixed. But Autism Acceptance recognizes that autistic people do not need to be fixed. What needs to be fixed are people's attitudes that autistic people are less than human, or that we're children in adults' bodies, and that we don't deserve respect and dignity.
If you're not autistic, let the autistic people in your life take the lead on this. Give us the space to run our own lives. You're welcome as part of it, but don't speak over us, don't speak for us, and don't tell us not to speak for ourselves or our less verbal peers.
So I want to tell you about some ways that you can help further autism acceptance in your communities. First of all, it is important to fight in the policy arena for an expansion of supported employment programs and legislation that requires autistic people receive accommodations. Another way that you can help autistic people is by supporting the effort here in New York State to fight for a budget increase for college and university disability centers, because we need these centers in order to graduate with our degrees. And right now they are so underfunded that they are understaffed and working on outdated technology. And that leads to a lot of difficulty and hardship. Another important way to help fight for autistic people and people with developmental and intellectual disabilities in general is to fight for our right to be in our own homes and apartments and community-based settings and not in institutions.
Reach out to us older, sometimes wiser autistics. We've been there, we've done that, and while we may not have the same experiences as you, we damn sure know what does and doesn't work. And we'd be happy to bring you up in the movement.
Always check out and investigate an organization before you donate to them, especially if it's a large donation. Very often, organizations that do not have any actual people with disabilities on their board will act in ways that are counter to the interests of people with disabilities, especially by focusing all of their attention on addressing quote unquote challenging behavior and just trying to subjugate people with disabilities instead of helping us on our terms. If you're looking for good places to donate to, some examples are Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, Autism Women's and Non-Binary Network, or your local Center for Independent Living.